Neil, you arrived here in sensational form, and you can never take a first round win for granted, but that's job done, and now the tournament proper can begin.
Yeah, you always feel that as a seed here that you want to negotiate the first round. You feel as though with the best out of 25 that you're going to have a lot of chances to create opportunities for yourself to win the match. And I guess I was quite excited the fact that I think that the more we can go on in the tournament, that the more crowd can be allowed in as well. So I thought it was really good, even though it was heavily reduced compared to capacity. The Crucible crowd, it always feels like there's 3 or 4 times as many people in there anyway. And I thought tonight especially the atmosphere was actually really good.
I've had the impression over the course of the closed doors season that you in particular have been one of the players who's really missed not having a crowd. Not in terms of the quality you've produced, but you've mentioned it a few times how desperate you are to have people in the arenas again.
Yeah, because the first half of the season, I think all the players knew that we weren't going to be getting the crowds in, and so it was very easy to kind of get your mind into into that mindset of, well, for one, we're just so lucky to even be playing the sport, and two, like the prize money wasn't really reduced, and we were playing nearly every week still, so it was very easy to well, we've got a great opportunity to keep playing. And then when it was announced that we could play the Masters in front of the crowds and everything, I allowed myself to get excited. And then when it was sort of brought into lockdown again, then I kind of got a little bit sort of fed up with I just didn't really kind of want to play. It wasn't that exciting going to some of the middle tiers, smaller events without the crowds. So that's why I missed a few of them. And so I was very cautiously optimistic coming here that we were going to have the crowds, and then just very relieved that everything's gone ahead with the government reopening, and that we could get the crowds in. And I think they've seen some really excellent snooker over the last couple of days. Very happy for the people that have really committed to the sport and get into the arena as well.
And back from your perspective, that second session in the final of the Tour Championship against Ronnie, from 4 apiece to 10-4, you played absolutely brilliant snooker. I know you've come here in great form over the last few years and not necessarily delivered, but your confidence must be sky high after the manner in which you finished things off in the Celtic manner.
Yeah, and it has been in previous years. I remember, maybe the last 7 or 8 years, probably 5 of those years I've blitzed through the first 2 rounds, and everyone sort of putting my name on the trophy before I've even won it. And sometimes, maybe I kind of relaxed a little bit and just expected to win. Or maybe my reputation, surely that player won't beat me over 25 frames. And, while you're still playing that cubicle format before the semi-finals, it still doesn't really feel like, you're kind of playing in the open space arena where the pressure is really intensified. So, coming here, I'm just ignoring all that, and I'm just going to play the game on my terms. It's important that I make players worry about playing me rather than me having to let them dictate the pace of play, especially. So but that's been the focus all season really, is to play each session, play each frame, each match on my terms. That's very important.
And the interview that you gave with Roddy and Sam when you explained how Miller had managed to get your dad over is one of the best pieces of TV I've seen from a sportsman in recent years. It must make such a difference coming here, knowing that you have got your dad literally, instead of just metaphorically, in your corner. Does it feel like, the metaphorical 12th man in football?
Yeah, it can do, because it was like a long time. I've not seen any family from back home in Australia for nearly 2 years. It's a long time. And he came over about 5 days or something, or 4 days before the Tour Championships, and just gave me a massive boost. Alexander was so happy as well, and Penelope didn't even recognise him. So it's just really sad, that because he's not seen her for so long, because she's only just a baby and she's only just turned 2. So the fact that he's able to enjoy kind of being with her, and when I came up on Friday, my dad could take Alexander to his footy training, and my dad was watching him play yesterday, and so I've got someone there who can watch all of Alexander's training and stuff and give me feedback, and so it makes me feel as though I'm not missing out too much. The only thing he's doing wrong is he's being a little bit too loud when he wakes up in the morning, waking Penelope up at about 6:15. So Miller and I have had to tell him to try and be as quiet as a mouse around the house. But if that's the biggest issue we've got, then that's a good one.
And what decision have you made about at what point your dad might come and actually be here at the Crucible?
Yeah, he wants to be here. Yeah, it's a shame that he can't. Like, there's no Championship Lounge to mix with. Like, my dad loves that, where he comes to Championship Lounge. There's John Parrott, there's Hendry or Dennis, and like all the guests that come here. I think that the ex kind of legends of the games who are still involved in the commentary and punditry work. They're fantastic company as well. I think that's something that this sport can be really proud of, actually. And so it'll be pretty restricted, but he still wants to be up here anyway. So whether he's just like in the hotel or whatever, he wants to come up, and it's going to be really good.
Great stuff. Thanks, Neil. Well done tonight.
Cheers, Rob.
Betfred, proud sponsor of the World Snooker Championship.